Suffolk Catholic High School Athletic Association Girls Varsity Soccer Championship featuring the St. Anthony's Friars and the Kellenberg Firebirds. Tonight's game. First for the St. Anthony's Friars. In goal, number 99, Addison McCarthy. She was a junior. At forward, a senior, number 13, Emily Pasusa. On defense, a senior, number 21, Gabriella Rivisi. On defense, a junior, number 26, Madison Lebosco. On defense, a senior, number 18, Lindsay Moy. In the midfield, a junior, number 14. In the midfield, a junior, number 2, Tatiana Pinto. On defense, a junior, number 23, Samantha Rennick. In the midfield, a senior, number 7, Caroline Roche. And at forward, a junior, number 16, Ava Sloma. The head coach of the St. Anthony's Friars is Scott Carey. The assistant coaches are Nir Saveri and Victoria Mule. And the athletic director is Joe Minucci. And now let's meet the starters for the Kellenberg Firebirds. In goal, a junior, number 0, Mia Henley. In the midfield, a senior, number 20, Mia Claro. On defense, a sophomore, number 17, Cassidy Dernan. In the midfield, a senior, number 22, Sydney Ferrand. In the midfield, a sophomore, number 3, Olivia Gordon. On defense, a sophomore, number 9, Amara Pessoa. On defense, a senior, number 5, Michaela Ressinger. At forward, a sophomore, number 2, Gabriella Rinaldi. At forward, a junior, number 1, Brooke Segura. On defense, a junior, number 16, Emma Venus. And at forward, a junior, number 6, Abigail Woodruff. The head coach of the Kellenberg Firebirds is Suzanne Sluka. The assistant coaches are Dennis Graham and Jackie Brown. And the athletic director is Mr. John Feckman. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise as we put ourselves in the presence of God for an opening prayer. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this contest, we ask that you bless these athletes. Keep them safe from injury and harm. Instill in them respect for each other and reward them for their perseverance. Leads us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. We ask everybody to please remain standing and remove your caps as we honor America and those who serve to protect it with the playing of our national anthem.
Adelphi University. It is the Catholic Girls Soccer Finals here on the T&D Network. So here we go. We've got the Kellenberg Firebirds, 13-1, getting the 1 seed. They are the home team tonight versus St. Anthony's Friars, who came in the second. And speaking to head coach Scott Carey, he said before the game, Kellenberg earned it. They came out on fire, the Firebirds do, and they earned the spot here today. So it's a chilly evening here in Garden City. And they're lining up right now as the officials are going with the coin toss to see who's going to start with possession and what side either team wants. So let's introduce you first to the coaches. For the Kellenberg Firebirds, it's Coach Suzanne Sluka. She has had a great career here. She's been a 19-year teacher. In 2010, she was the assistant coach. In 2015, took over as head coach. So she's got 10 years on the job. Her assistant coach, all in the family, her brother, Dennis Graham, a grad in 2003, proud Kellenberg Firebird. And her other assistant is her former player, Jackie Brown, 2011 graduate. So Kellenberg keeping it all in the family, and they're going to go out there and try to battle this one tonight. On the other side, for St. Anthony's, we've got Scott Carey. Scott Carey has been on the job for a while as well. He's been coaching the team through thick and thin. He had them last year as they made a deep run. And his assistant coach is Nir Sveri. Coach calls him the soccer dad. Pro and semi-experience and the statistician of the team. He's out there. He's the veteran presence. And then his other assistant, Victoria Muley, an alumni at St. Anthony. She won 3 state titles in 4 years. And he said what she brings is tradition, standards, and part of the legacy. They call her the living legacy. And he made a point of letting me know things aren't handed to St. Anthony's. They need to go out there and earn it. It is a legacy. When you don the black and gold, you're representing this Friar tradition. So we're going to get ready here once again at Adelphi, the T&D Sports Network. And both sides now getting ready for their huddle. Pictures on the Kellenberg side, trying to keep this moment going. 54 degrees at game time, mostly clear. And no wind, which is beautiful because going into this playoff and these finals, it was windy. We had that torrential downpour on Thursday. But this is for the whole bag of marbles. So while high school continues their journey, they've got a whole bunch of playoffs going on in the public schools. Here in the privates, we wrap it up today on this field and determine a champion. And right when I said no breeze, Old Glory starts blowing a little bit. So it looks like the wind is going to be at the backs of the Firebirds. And the Friars are going to get this thing started with the wind coming into their face. Shouldn't play much of a role as far as the ball goes. But we shall see. And we are underway here at Adelphi. And that's a long service to get this thing started. The header back the other way. And Kellenberg trying to start this thing off by getting it deep. Some good touches there by number 3, Olivia Gordon. Olivia Gordon, just a sophomore in the midfield. They call her Gordo. Good possession down into the corner, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Firebirds. And taking the throw-in is Gabriella Rinaldi. She gets a little bit of a touch, and it goes out, and she'll be doing that again. Rinaldi, a sophomore as well. She was a forward to start the year and will attack out of the back and take these throws. And trying to push that ball up the field and get some momentum. And a good check in, however, to the foot of Emily D'Souza. D'Souza, the captain. She's a senior on this team, 3 goals and 3 assists. She's a commit to Union College, 3-year varsity player, and an integral part of the success of this St. Anthony's team. We'll introduce you to the goalkeeper shortly. That ball's pushed into the aforementioned D'Souza, and she's going to give chase down into the corner. And a little shoulder-to-shoulder battle, and shielded out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Friars. Under this one, Samantha Rennick, the junior, trying to direct her traffic in front of her. She gets that ball down deep, and it's now played into the corner. Good little battle here. The cross thwarted. That attempted cross by Braylon Nelson, wearing number 14 in black and gold. 6 goals and 3 assists on the season for her. And now we've got our first corner kick of the game, and we'll see how the set pieces play a role. And the ball is served in. It's a deep one. And a good touch right on the keeper. And that Kellenberg keeper is junior Mia Hennelly. 64 saves on the regular season. A pure shot stopper. A quick throw in there. Under the lights here, Sunday night. No better time, perfect weather for the playoffs. At Adelphi, the setting. A couple nice touches by Rinaldi. Rinaldi puts it out in front. It's touched back into the corner. I might have a correction on that one. That is a correction. That was number 1, Brooke Segura. My apologies, Brooke. Good job. Now a corner kick for Kellenberg. It's their first. And their set piece, another boot. Bounces around, big header up and over the net. And it'll be a goal kick. Taking the goal kick, number 99, Addison McCarthy, junior goalkeeper, 40 saves on the year. And she's got a good boot and commands that backfield. She's vocal leader back there, and they're very impressed with her ability to stop shots. So again, 2 juniors in net, both sides, so that bodes well for both of these programs as they move forward, having these girls for another year. And right now, all the action between the lines, not too much going on other than the corner kicks. But we're early, not even 5 minutes into this one. And it'll be a throw-in, checking in to get the throw-in is going to be number 16, Ava Sloma. Sloma's got a good throw. She's one of those 2-footed players, very dynamic according to coach. 4 goals and 2 assists for Sloma on the year. Throw in, check into the feet. So none of the throw-ins going pretty long so far. Most of the time going short, going feet, trying to get possession, which plays into the St. Anthony's game plan. Head coach Scott Gary said, our job is possession, feet to feet, and try to make sure that they're chasing us the entire time. And for Kellenberg, similar game plan, I'm going to be honest with you. They went to the finals last year. They have a young team, now a little more experienced, and coach said the girls hungry and ready to go. They are a tactical team, box to box. But they can send the long ball if you can't tell. We saw that right out of the gate. And now here is one put into the box just over the head. And I'm sorry, folks, a little difficulty with the yellow numbers down there. So the intended target on that one was number 6, Abby Woodruff. Woodruff, a player we're definitely going to keep our eyes on. 5 goals and 2 assists on the year. Strong forward on both sides of the ball. That one played back. So there are some girls on both squads that can score. However, tremendous defenders on both sides as well. And in the center back for Kellenberg, it's number 8, Kara Smith. She's just a sophomore. Kara Smith twins with number 12, Dempsey Smith, also obviously a sophomore. And coach said that they are completely interchangeable on the field, that you can put them out there, and they both do a great job controlling the backfield, and they do play it back to the keeper, which we saw already. This shot blocked out in front by the defense of St. Anthony's. And here's the second effort. Can of corn as Addison McCarthy gets that one rolling. Tally up a save there for McCarthy. So Kellenberg is going to get the throw in here. The AR indicating that'll be their possession. And the throw in, number 5, Michaela Ressiger. Just a freshman, 4-year player. Also plays basketball and softball. And coach said it's 100% all the time. She's tough as nails. So number 5 wearing that captain's band for a reason, leader. And also you'll see that she'll jump up and get involved in the offense. So she plays a strong outside back, but isn't shy to get up there. Ressiger is going to take the throw again. Playing it short. Off the chest of Olivia Gordon. And right now, it has been a possession game for Kellenberg so far, as St. Anthony's has been driving, trying to get something going on. It's been mostly Kellenberg. The header, play it out in front. Trying to get a nice turn on that ball is Braylon Nelson. Nelson, it's played back now to Ava Sloma. That one, again, I'm sorry about the numbers, folks. I'm doing my best here. That was Madison Lobosco that cleared it. She got involved in that as well. And now a little shoulder-to-shoulder battle there as St. Anthony's looks like they're battling for possession. They're all at the feet right now. Tough as nails. Driving through, Olivia Gordon, the sophomore. Gets pickpocketed, and now it's going to go back the other way. Pushed up by Emily D'Souza. A good stop again. Michaela Ressiger, but here comes St. Anthony's, but not if Kara Smith has something to do with it. Not a lot of action inside the 18s, outside of, again, the aforementioned corner kicked opportunities. But they are trying to bring what they can now. St. Anthony's trying to build and again continue that legacy. That throw, a cool touch and turn. A nice dish off there to number 20, Mia Claro. And how about Mia Claro? We're waiting for her to touch the ball. She's something to talk about. 10 goals, 10 assists on the season. 4-year starter on varsity. She'll be playing at Hofstra next year. And she is a dynamic player up top, left-footed. And can slot balls through for other players in the attacking third, but obviously can bury them as well with 10 goals and 10 assists. And we mentioned number 3, Olivia Gordon, 10 goals and 7 assists. So they can bang them in if they want. And here we've got a free kick opportunity for Cassidy Durnan. Durnan, 3 goals on the season and 2 assists, just a sophomore. She's going to serve it. And it's going to go all the way through. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there as Gabriella Rinaldi, perhaps the intended and target. And how about Durnan, 2-year varsity starter. She's played as a central defender. They needed her to move up. And she has become an offensive threat since moving up. So The good thing about this Kellenberg team is they can score any which way. Now, there are multiple goal scorers as well on the St. Anthony's side. The leading goal scorer is Braylon Nelson. She had 6 and 3 assists. Tatiana Pinto, wearing number 2 out there, 5 goals and an assist. Back to the action on the field. That one looking to get to Braylon Nelson's foot, but rolls right through. Heavy touch out of the back, but nothing happening. Tatiana Pinto sends it deep, but it'll be played at the feet. Smith drives the ball to the right side. They've got some leg on this Kellenberg team. They can dish that here. Once again, take a look at that one. I mean, they can kick that ball deep, but they don't play kick and run. They have the ability to switch styles, which makes them a threat. And here's St. Anthony's, a distribution down the right side. It's going to be a foot race. What a job shielding. An incredible defensive effort there by Ressiger. And then booted out of play by Henley. Pushing and shoving there, nothing called. That one also play on. Till the ball crosses the line, and that's going to be a throw-in now. Scooped up there by Henley, and now she's going to have a goal kick, a punt. They do play long with her. They're not really building out of the back all that much. Some teams play it out of the back, keep it on the floor. She's traditional, take those big goal kicks, take those punts, and she's got a lot of leg. And now here comes the fan base. I love it. The Let's Go Friars are starting, and you know that Kellenberg's going to represent. You look out the window. It's a packed house for this girls' championship game. Monument Field, Adelphi University. It's a little brief stoppage as people adjust their shin guards and shoes and cleats. That one pushed through. It's a good look. Nice turn back move there. Dished back out, and a swing and a miss, unfortunately, by Durnan. She just missed that one, just out of the reach. That one takes a high bounce, gets settled down. Right now, again, both teams looking to try to crack and get into that bottom third and start creating some kind of chaos down there. It'd be great if they can get the ball inside the 18. Right now, both goalkeepers just kind of directing traffic, not so much busy. So that one is going to be a free kick, foul called, and a lots of cheers from that St. Anthony Friars side. Ball put on the ground, and St. Anthony's trying to move it through the air. Good line drive. Kellenberg handled it, but now busting through for St. Anthony's. And that one, oh boy, to the foot of D'Souza. D'Souza has a shot. Looks like it hit the outside laces. It just went wide of the net. D'Souza finding space. It looked like she was going to have trouble with that one out of the gate, but she found some space, got the shot, and just bent it to the outside. 17 minutes in, scoreless right now. Some nifty moves there in the midfield by Olivia Gordon. And they said Gordo is a kid that plays every minute of the game. She controls the tempo of the game, and you're starting to see her get comfortable here on this Adelphi field. Now it's going to be a set piece. Taking it once again is going to be Cassidy Durnan. She can serve this thing from out there and find somebody. It's just a matter of connecting on the other end. That one is up, deep. And busted up and back the other way. The header on an island, Tatiana Pinto trying to find some space. Tatiana Pinto ranging up to the right. That ball got busted up. Pinto was the intended target, and she had some running room in front of her, just broken up really nicely by Smith. And now it's going to be a throw in, and it's going to be Samantha Rennick again. Rennick drops it down into the corner. Heavy touch. And now Kellenberg with the throw. Love it, right down the line, and that one moved, but unfortunately didn't get knocked down and rolled right out of bounds. It's a great throw, though. Trying to go down the line, finding Mia Claro. And that's the one you want to find. Get it on her foot, and she's off to the races. That one kicked off her own player, so Ann Schiller trying to get it in, but little battle down there and coming out of it. I'll tell you, folks, I'm not trying to make excuses, but looking at a 6 and an 8 is tough. I'm figuring it all out up here. Those Kellenberg Firebirds with the yellow numbers. That was Abby Woodruff before, number 6. Woodruff making a run on the far side. Geez, every time I mention someone's name, all of a sudden they're getting the pass. Here it is, a nice break. Oh, and maybe a trip out in front. No, it's a play-on situation. And I think Kellenberg was looking for something there. But they get up and continue to play. That would have been a tough free kick at the top of the 18. Here's Smith going shoulder to shoulder with Pinto. Pinto making a run to the front of the net, but cannot get the cross. Deflected off one of the Kellenberg defenders, and it's going to be another corner kick, second of the game. That first corner kick kind of sailed through. And now here trying to get some control as the Friars line up inside the 18. Looked like they were going top, but they're going to make it messy. Take them any way you can. That one's up at the foot. Booted out. So it looked like St. Anthony's was going to get something going. And honestly, I like the strategy. Pack it inside the 6. Try to get something ugly. They don't have to be pretty goals. It's always the second touch as a coach that I expect out of my players. You know, crash the goalie, get on there, no contact. But if something's bobbled, clean it up, knock it in, take 1-0 any way you can. "20 minutes in this one, scoreless. Again, playing to a packed house. The boys on deck will T&D will be bringing you that action at 7 p.m. And another corner kick. This is the third corner kick. One went long, one went short. But again, they're packing it down inside the 6. This one is up in the air and right into the hands of Henley. And the long ball back the other way. That's what Kellenberg has been doing. They can stretch it out when they need to, but they can also play foot to foot right now. Stretching it out has been more effective. Driving through the middle, Olivia Gordon. Gordon distributes. But again, St. Anthony's there to break it up. It's been the narrative throughout this entire game. St. Anthony's a very solid defensive team. Trying to find through balls, not easy. They will get physical, just like you've seen on the other end with Kellenberg. Starting to bump a little more. Respect for one another, but no love loss. This is going to be put on the ground. Addison McCarthy plays it short. And that one's going to be put on the ground, and St. Anthony's is going to have the free kick. This one distributed off the outside of the foot. One bounce. It stays in. Correction. A little backspin on that one. Smith is going to shield. That'll be a goal kick.
Entering for Kellenberg, number 1, NYCHSGAA.
Kick back, and the Friars still battling to try to get some kind of offense going. They've got the wheels up top to get something done, just nothing connecting at the moment. And here's one double Smith by Smith. And that is going to be a free kick in a tough spot. Got the call there. It was Ava Sloma that got knocked down. A round of applause for her as she gets up, and a free kick in a very, very difficult position. It's going to be Tatiana Pinto over the ball. Pinto sends it in. And just wide of the net, and I'll tell you, a lot of oohs and ahs. There are nets behind the nets, so sometimes you get the optical illusion that it went in, especially on this side of the field. But just missing Pinto, thinking nothing but getting it on frame. Service up in the air, a little push off, good header. Trying to control the ball was Sidney Ferran. This one is deep. Put across and broken up again. So they are finding the wings. D'Souza has been getting space. This service right in front, and what a save there. Jumping on top of the ball is Mia Hennelly. And my goodness, she couldn't have reacted any quicker than what she did. The cowbells are going for her. More cowbell. But Hennelly jumping on top of that one and controlling it. And it'll be a throw-in on the Kellenberg side. That one's up. And St. Anthony sends it back down. A little back and forth going. It's been a fairly consistent pace of play. Both teams moving at the same tempo at the moment, distributing the ball well, trying to get the field wide, not driving everything through the middle. So everything you want to see out of both teams, with the exception of putting one in the net. 0-0 right now. Smith gets control of this one. Plays it to the right side. Sends it up. Trying to pound away at that right side. They were going down the left side quite a bit to begin the game, and now working the right side, trying to get some different looks. And we'll see if they can start crossing the ball, go side to side, keep the Friars moving. And again, we mentioned the Kellenberg Firebirds head coach of 10 years, Suzanne Sluka. And up in the box joining me, one of our buddies, Akil Rodney, Floral Park boys soccer coach, and he's also now the Nassau County champion, returning state champ. So we're going to see if we can get some words out of Coach Rodney at some point in the game. One headset, so we got to work this out. But we'd love to hear his thoughts on the game, maybe coming into the second half. And he'll be here for both, folks. And it'll be fun up here in the box because also the Lawrence head coach will be showing up for game 2. And, well, let's just say they had a little battle out on the field prior, and Floral Park's still in it. But on the field right now, you've got these young ladies trying to get something done, break this 0-0 score with 12.5 remaining in the first half of play here at Adelphi. The T&D Sports Network bringing you all the action. A good touch there. Gordo, look at her move. She definitely can't control the pace in the middle of the field. And that's the long boot. And I don't know if the forwards are losing it in the lights or what, but all the runs are on like a little delay. Once that ball's up in the air, the intended target seems to pause, look, and then it's out of reach by the time the ball gets down there. The officials are going to have a conversation on whether or not, I believe, corner kick or goal kick, but it is being set up for a corner. And after a conversation with the AR, it'll be a goal kick. So looking for their second corner kick of the game, Kellenberg. St. Anthony's has had 3 corner kicks so far. And that's where you might be playing with fire at some point. You know, this game could be settled out as far as with free kicks and corner kicks. You don't want to get into a dangerous spot. You'd rather win it on the field. But the referees will certainly let them play. Michaela Ressiger. Smith boots it back in. A little volley back and forth. Good step there by Mia Claro. Claro battling 3 Friars and somehow comes through. Challenge again. She continues like the Terminator. Oh, my goodness. How about Mia Claro? You know, what you want to see on that, just coach's cap, is that as Claro starts to drive, she's drawing 3-4 defenders. Somebody's got to check in. And she's got to pick up her head and try to distribute. She can make a nice overlap, and good things can happen. But you just saw her take on 4 defenders and get through 4. The 5th one is the one that stopped her. Under 10 minutes in this first half. Here's Ressiger again. She's getting a lot of work with the throws today. Knocked down by Ava Sloma. She'll play it back. Tripped up in the middle, Samantha Marino, but she's back up on her feet. How about Samantha Marino? One of the rocks in the middle of the field. Puts her body on the line for everything. Workhorse, goal and 4 assists on the season. That one played all the way through. And to foot, a dangerous pass there. Mia Claro was there, and I think maybe in shock that took her a second to pick a step. So once again, it is the Girls Catholic League Championship here in Nassau County. Adelphi University, the Kellenberg Firebirds, and the St. Anthony Friars knotted up at 0. And the action continues, and that one's going to go on the ground. It's another set piece. Free kick and booted back there. And the St. Anthony's faithful chanting, "You can't do that." Still my favorite chant. Playful and still antagonistic, I guess. Some good footwork there. Sydney Ferran. Sydney is a 4-year varsity player, consistent and works well, can distribute any which way. And, oh, we got a trip there. Not the worst spot to get one, as Ava Sloma started getting some space and had somebody running up the right wing. So if you got to take a foul, that's not the worst. St. Anthony's now moving up the field. Here's the kick, up and long. And they'll let that one roll right on through, so handled by Henley. Played in the middle, finally gets to the foot of Braylon Nelson. Nelson sends it out, and it's going to roll on out, and Kellenberg will get possession. Again, a throw-in. Ressiger, the throw right down the line. Got past Claro. A good header there by Ressiger to try to get possession, but right on the foot of St. Anthony's number 14, Braylon Nelson. Nelson seems like she's a little bit of everywhere. Working hard. And how about this touch? Again, not a lot of space. I gotta love that play by Charlotte Marino. Marino didn't have space, put the ball out, and immediately darted into the 18, setting herself up for a possible distribution. But unfortunately wasn't able to get it there, and now St. Anthony's will have the throw. Good job trying to control possession there. Little shove maybe, but the referee said no, it looked like a dive, so we're going to keep playing. Bodies are hitting the ground a little bit. Some nice touches here, Charlotte Roche. Charlotte, captain of this team, defender and midfielder, Scranton University commit. Oh, how about this one going through? And we might have an opportunity for Ferran. Ferran driving to the net. Tries to use a left foot, but what a defensive play. Some speed out of the back. And doing it legally, which is the best. That's Samantha Rennick. So Ferrand had some space, but ran out of real estate. But it will be a corner kick. So the second corner kick of the game. I don't think there'll be a conference to change this one. So we'll see if Kellenberg can get on the board. Set pieces could be the game changer today. Up in the air and broken up by the defense. The one breaking that up was Lindsay Moy. Lindsay Moy is the other captain on this team. Catholic University of America commit. Another one that coach says is a rock and reliable. A lot of them. He holds his team in very high regard. Had a great conversation with Carrie. Here's Durnan, puts it on frame, up in the air. Creates a little chaos out front, but a foul called. And there'll be a stoppage of the clock as they check on the player. So it's an official stoppage on the field. And it looks like everybody's doing all right. We'll hit the reset button. And it'll be possession for St. Anthony's. Once again, folks, thank you for joining us here on the T&D Sports Network. I'm Robert Anderson, bringing you the action today here at Adelphi. 4 minutes remaining in this one, tied at 0. A little trip, turf monster grabbing ankles down there. Ressiger with the throw. Good header, played back the other way. Nice job controlling the ball. Tatiana Pinto, wearing number 2 on St. Anthony's, a star. And here's a star the other way. It's Gordo. Olivia Gordon. Nice touch, finds Ferrand, and then she tries to find some space. I really am impressed with the way Olivia Gordon controls that middle. 2-year varsity starter. And coach said that she can attack anywhere on the field. And that's an investment, right? As long as she stays at Kellenberg, sophomore, she's got 2 more years. She'll only grow physically in size and work on the skill, and already a beast in the middle. Kellenberg, a team with a lot of grit as well. In the semis, they were down to St. Dominic's with 11 minutes left, and they bounced back, tied the game 2 minutes afterwards, and then went on to win it. So you can't count them out. They've got a lot of guts. And here, trying to be the first ones to score, St. Anthony's has something else to say about it. And you got to tip your hat to the defensive side of both sides of the ball. They literally double and triple swarm the ball every time it's there, and nobody's getting any space. So the adjustments I think you want to see on both sides of the ball. More Kellenberg. As you drive into traffic, somebody's got to check in, create distribution, and open up the field. For St. Anthony's, I'd keep hitting that right side. You just got to try to send that cross a little sooner. Look for through balls because it is tough back there with that defensive core. Sent down the field with under 2 minutes remaining. And it's going to be a throw-in correction. It's going to be a free kick for the Friars deep. Sending it across the width of the field, but cutting it off. And here with the head full of steam, it's Gordo going a little deep. Let's see if she can get the touch. Nice drawback and a cross out in front. Oh, my goodness. What a pretty play. Gordon getting it out there, but the shot flies up and over the net. That's exactly what you want, though. You see, a lot of times the ball's rolling, and it goes out. Gordon, instead of trying to get the cross in stride, pulls the ball back, gets a touch, and sends it with the right foot. Going to call a push there. And St. Anthony's with 35 seconds is going to try to get their last push on an offensive drive. Sent deep. The header back up. A little bit of a heavy touch there by Ferran, so St. Anthony's able to get possession and battling at the feet and going split skis out there. My goodness. Sent down, and if all goes as we would expect, it's going to get picked up here, and we're going to ride this one out. So, folks, at the end of the first half of play here in the Catholic girls final for soccer at Adelphi, we're knotted up at 0. You're watching the T&D Sports Network, so we're going to take a break, and we'll be back for the second half in a few. Up between Kellenberg and St. Anthony's, and I have a little apology to make. Thank you to the aunt of Amara Pesso, the sophomore. She clued me in. Mom was a class act, told me I was mixing up the numbers. I told you the 8, 9s, and 6s. I appreciate your patience out there, and thank you, Miss Pesso. Really handled that great. Some people get cranky, but thank you. I'm also here now with someone I know his name well, Akil Rodney, again, state champion coach Flo Park. I'm going to pass it off to him for a few words about what he sees in the first half.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you. And simply just happy to be here. You know, I really do enjoy the playoff spirit. Obviously, these two fan bases and rivalry runs deep. So it's good to be out here on a beautiful night and to see these girls compete at such a high level. Their friends and families here to support them. And I'm looking forward to the second half. The first half seemed to be very competitive. You can tell both teams prepped well, and both teams are here to fight for something important to them, you know. So, again, glad to be here and looking forward to the second half.
You heard it, folks. That's a state champ giving you some insights about the fan base and the crowd. Nothing better than playing for your high school. You got everybody out here loving you. And again, let me go back to Pesso. She's the one back there. She's first year on varsity, strong defender, controlling that back. And her coach said that she's got great vision and a high IQ, and that's what you've seen her cleaning things up back there. And again, I cannot emphasize thank you to her aunt for getting the information to her mom, and thank you for her mom for explaining it to me. That's a beautiful thing. But we are back in action now. I got binoculars. I'm going to try my best to distinguish the 8s, the 9s, and the 2s. The yellow with white around it, not an easy task, I promise. And Adelphi's got really dirty windows. All right, so ball being back in action here. St. Anthony's, Emily DeSouza trying to get that one out in front. This one sent deep. Again, Kellenberg, lots of leg, can send the ball deep. That one's going to be scooped up by Addison McCarthy. Not a lot of work for these goalies tonight. That one's being pushed up the field again. It's DeSouza. DeSouza making some nifty moves. She ranges to her right, sends it out in front. Broken up. Number 17, Cassidy Durnan, has been very active. The sophomore not only jumping in on some of the offensive sides of the ball, but also steady defensive presence. And there's Amara Pesso. Sending the ball over to her goalkeeper. The header set in the other direction and settle the ball down, and Kellenberg trying to get something going up on that right side. I was talking to Coach Rodney at halftime, and one of the things that you look for is if you're going to make those runs, you got to be in sync with the forwards. You got to make sure that they're making the runs that you're looking to send. And right now, just a little bit of lack of connection. That header and a little extra shove for the road. Brooke Segura, the junior number 1 on Kellenberg. That one's booted up and out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for the very busy Michaela Ressiger. Ressiger decides to throw back, play to the foot. Sent back in, but to a jersey in black. And coming the other way, out to meet it. A nice job there by Mia Hennelly. Trying to see what's going on the other way. And here comes Kellenberg. They've got a little bit of space. A nice touch back again. This one chipped up in front. And the header just over the net. What a beauty. And what you saw there was the ability, again, to control that side. Olivia Gordon is the one that got the header on it, but a nice job down low by Rinaldi. Pull the ball back and send it. Talk about the fan base, the Friar fans out there spelling their name and getting a big chant, and their team might have heard him because now they just gained possession right after it. But again, a heavy touch. This one touched by Peso. Peso gets it across. Ressiger had that distribution, got it down low, and here comes Kellenberg again. A nice pullback, trying to look for another cross, broken up. And another body hitting the floor. So it'll be a free kick, and this one sent deep. Good touch. Pass back. Interesting decision there just to kind of open the field back up, but then the mistouch in the offensive side of the ball winds up in a Friars turnover, and here they come. That big boot out of the back was Emma Venus, the junior center back, 2 goals and an assist, 2-year varsity starter. Super strong defender, one of the most poised players. And she's the calming force for Amara. So the conversation with Coach was that she loves her dynamic duo back there. You've got an Amara Peso, sophomore, high IQ player, emotion, all like leaving it out there on the field. And then Emma Venus, kind of a calming force. We're going to chill, relax, get this thing going. It's a coach's dream back there. I can tell you even from my time, you need the player back there that can just kind of say, hey, we're good. We're going to keep on moving. And then you want the other one that's going to be that heart and soul type of leave it all out there. And a center back's nothing better if you have a good keeper that communicates. And the best thing is when you have a defender, and there's Peso, tying her shoelaces over a goalie. Now, I've seen this repeatedly all the time, and folks, it's not that goalkeepers don't know how to make bunny ears. They're wearing those big clunky gloves. By the time they take it off, it could be a mess. So a defender always coming over and helping them out. Very common practice in our game. I'll ask Coach Rodney after, but do you think they also take advantage of it, the goalies? They want their shoelaces tied? They love it. Of course. That's it. Remind them of when they're children. Yeah. Get them a pudding pop at halftime. It's good stuff. That's when teammates are all involved. Take care of each other. That one, a header, a little clunk. Nothing called. Both players looking for something. And again, that's Emily DeSouza, number 13, St. Anthony. She just got that touch, and she is everywhere on the field, working so hard out there. And Coach did say, Union College commit, 3-year varsity player. Great strength on the ball, and we've seen that on exhibition all day today, all night. That one sent down and wide, and here's Ressinger. Ressinger takes a look at the field. Scott short. Goes long. A really nice redirect by Gordo. That ball's put down. Turn and touch. Shot just off of the net. Hit off the goalie's fingers. And that shot by Mia Claro, the left foot. And a lot of oohs and ahs there, and a fantastic save on the other side by Addison McCarthy. And it's going to result in a corner kick, so McCarthy showing what she can do back there. And Claro just woke up the fans. Good service out in front. And the header, it's in. What a beautiful service and an even better finish. The header, and the Firebirds crack this one. It's all hugs and high fives. And it was Cassidy Durnan knocking that one in. We just got confirmation it got a little busy down there, but how about Durnan? What a header. Getting up in the play, and the defensive stud knocking one in with the dome. 1-0 Firebirds, and here comes St. Anthony's back the other way. Got a trip in the box, and that'll go in favor of Kellenberg. So, folks, what did we say? Set pieces are going to play a big role in this thing, and sure enough, a gorgeous save. But when you punch it out over your net, you're going to have a corner kick, and boom, boom. 1-0. So a big part of this game is seeing how teams respond. We talked about the response at Kellenberg in that semifinals, making a nice comeback. What is St. Anthony's going to do here? You're not going to change positioning. You're going to run the same formation. And they do run a 4-3-3. Try to play it through the midfield. Keep everything wide. And we've seen that so far, which is great. Now it's a matter of connecting. Being on this Adelphi field, it's a college-sized field, pure, no extra lines on there. This is a soccer field. So sometimes it's adjustment period. And it feels like so far they're having trouble connecting on those long balls, both teams, and breaking out inside the 18. So the set piece, a big part of a potential victory for one of these teams. This is played down low. Man, how about this young lady? She is so fun to watch. Here's your goal scorer, Durnan. Durnan finds a little space, loses the touch. She goes down. That turf monster's playing all kinds of games today. Quite a few times today, and again, I think this is what the officials see on the field as opposed to what we see from up here, is a lot of players, the cleats are getting caught in the turf, and they fall down, and it looks like a trip, but you just saw it right there with Durnan. Clearly, nobody near her, and just that cleat stuck. The idea of putting turf is, and has been really great for most games, in a lot of ways, no maintenance, and I'll get something brewing here, and I'll get back. This one's put out in front, rolls all the way through, giving Chase Ressiger right behind Gordon, who loses it. It'll go out, it'll be a throw-in, and look who's there, Ressiger right on cue. Ball kept in play. Little pushing and shoving, but again, it looked like the foot got caught in the turf. Here's Pesso, nifty move to her left. She pushes it up. Uh-oh, and behind her by making that pass, you had Tatiana Pinto, probably one of the biggest threats on that St. Anthony side. So back to the turf. We go away from grass, and a lot of the purists still want to see soccer on grass. Most coaches now have gotten used to that pure bounce, the way the ball moves, how to send the ball across the field. However, since turfs have been installed, ACL, MCL, all kinds of knee injuries have gone through the roof. And in soccer, especially girls soccer and lacrosse, knee injuries have become more prevalent. And today, you can see why. Those cleats get jammed up in there, and you take an odd step. Moral of the story is I don't think the refs are missing as many tripping calls as one may think. The turf certainly playing a role. Talked about set pieces, and now this is great field position for St. Anthony's. This one put on. Oh, it's a banger! Oh, my goodness. What looked like it might be a potential service becomes one of the nicest goals you're ever going to see. And the celebration with the keeper. What a goal. Eliana Stincone. Oh, sorry. Lindsay Moy. What am I looking at? Lindsay Moy. Now, that was elite level, and I got to tell you, I'm sorry, folks, with some of the names and numbers. I'm getting there, I promise. My third game today, but I have seen young ladies today scoring goals that are premier level. And right there, Moy put in a banger, thought nothing but net. Your eyes play tricks on you from up here. Looked like it might have sailed over, but then just hit that top left corner. And once again, a set piece playing a role in the outcome. A corner kick goal and a free kick goal, and we're tied up at 1. 27 minutes remaining in this one. That ball takes a good hop the Kellenberg way. Good job keeping it in. And it's going to be off the mark. That was Brooke Segura. Now checking in for St. Anthony's, number 29, Olivia D'Amato. She's got an assist on the season. Well, folks, we said how is St. Anthony's going to respond, and Lindsay Moy just made a pretty big statement there. This is the first of a doubleheader tonight. At 7 p.m., we've got the boys playing. And that's going to be some familiar foes. St. Anthony sending the boys soccer team to the finals, as well as the girls. And they'll be facing off against Chaminade. Again, the body's going down. Game getting a little bit more chippy. So over the ball and a nice service. But the header banged out by St. Anthony's. That one's going to roll out. It's going to be a throw-in for the Friars. Big bop. Peso gets the header on it, sends it forward. She's going to get a second shot, but St. Anthony's gets in a physical battle down low. Ressiger going at it with D'Souza. And I'm telling you, D'Souza looks like if there's another goal on the St. Anthony's side, I can't imagine her not figuring into it unless it is a set piece. She is just everywhere battling, keeps the ball on her foot, possession maintained. Good pass in there, taking a look. Carolyn Roche. So for St. Anthony's also, you got number 17, Olivia Shaw, the forward. She's a junior, and she's already committed to Stanford soccer. And talking about those injuries, she had a season-ending ACL about halfway through the season, and one of the best players they got, high IQ, physical, 2 years, 5 goals and 2 assists. So, you know, the narrative of the ACL and the knee injuries it seems like it happens every year. And it is an unfortunate part of playing this game, but she's got a year to get healthy, and Stanford will be waiting for her. Collision down low. And it's going to be a throw in here. Olivia D'Amato plays it short. They'll stay with the ball. At first it looked like maybe D'Souza lost the handle on it, but they're going to go D'Souza again down into that corner. She can handle it. A nice cross. Stays on the field. A good job by Henley keeping an eye on it and making sure it doesn't get through. So again, continued battles in the center of the field. And it's going to be another free kick from basically the same position, this time trying to go short unsuccessfully. Peso sends it back in. Peso steps, but the pass completed. And again, these battles, just running through the ball is D'Souza. And we've got a player down on the far side of the field, and immediately both coaches come out to check. So we will have an official's timeout on the field. And while they huddle up and reset, how about Coach Rodney gives us some thoughts on the effect of set pieces in the playoff setting.
Thank you, Rob. And as you mentioned earlier, obviously set pieces, especially in playoff times where it's a game of margins. You know, obviously Kellenberg started it off with a beautiful corner, and St. Anthony's entered a couple of minutes later with a direct free kick. Like you mentioned, that it's hard to see many goals better than that. So it's interesting, and let's see how set piece continue to play a part. 20 minutes left, fierce battle. We have a good one on our hands.
Thank you, Coach. There you hear it. They are the game changers. And we've seen it so far. A corner kick and a free kick, a golazo by Lindsay Moy. And I'll tell you, there was a certain point in this where it looked like Kellenberg's momentum was just incredible. Everything moving forward, forward, forward. And then St. Anthony scores that goal, and they are invigorated with a whole new energy and start, almost a high kick there. Little spinorama move, and it was a good idea. Coaches say that a lot. Braylon Nelson, but put it into space, and nobody was there. St. Anthony's taking the ball down low into that corner. They've been really driving deep now on both sides. And a lot of the crosses getting cut off by the keeper there, Mia Henley. Again, Henley, 64 saves on the regular season, a pure shot stopper. Great with her feet and a communicator, and the goal that she saw fly over her right shoulder, no shot on that one. taken down. Last touch, Kellenberg, and it's going to be a corner kick. So it's going to be Ava Sloma, I believe, on the corner kick. Again, folks, complete darkness on those corners. I'm doing my best. Put out in front and up and over. So now it's going to be a goal kick. Adelphi University, your location. The T&D Sports Network, where you are, some of you folks joining us from the outside watching. And it has been a battle back and forth in this final. Looking to crown a champion in regulation would be fantastic. 18 minutes remaining in this one. And how about that touch? Offside? Yes. And you saw that Sloma got behind Peso. They'll move it back up. The offside was certainly further up. So the ball put on the ground. It's going to be Cassidy Durnan, your goal scorer, with a big kick there. Ressiger to Peso. Peso now settles it down. She's going to send it down through the middle, broken up. Both of these offenses really got to continue to use the wings the way that they are, because trying to go up the middle has been fruitless. It's hard even getting across there. Booted down deep. Henley's going to play it with her feet. Again, one of the skill sets our coach said is great. Elite foot skills. Probably could play out on the field if she wanted to, but plays as a keeper, and what an asset. Peso up the middle, nobody home. So again, there's just got to be a little bit of a communication. There's a little gap right now. The defense sending up the middle and finding space. I mean, there's a hole there, but there's nobody there to recover it. That ball sent right back in. Durnan turns. Fans calling for a handball. That one put out in front. Gordon. A couple of good body checks and nothing going on. And how about that one? Hard slide tackle. Few substitutions that it's going to be a throw-in. We'll catch up as the players get on in the game. One of them checking in for the Friars, number 2, Tatiana Pinto. Pinto, again, a game changer on the offensive side of the ball. Really started playing a much bigger role in this as far as scoring goes after Olivia Shaw went down. How about Durnan? That's a beautiful ball, and here comes Kellenberg. Tough angle, shot wide. But those are the balls you got to try to connect with, and there you go. Good through ball. Ressiger gets it up. That was interesting. Look, it bobbled right between the hands of D'Souza. But it'll be their throw-in. Nothing called there. Okay, Ressiger's going to take the throw in, and this one right down the line. She's got a really good throw, and I like that. You don't see it as much. Everybody gets very creative with the throw in. She's just going, look down the line. And nothing wrong with that here if you got some speed on the wings, and she does. Ressiger with the throw. Back to the foot of Resiger, but a little ping pong back and forth. So both teams now, I won't say fatigued, but it's slowing down. There were a lot more fast break action at the beginning of the second half, especially that spurt by St. Anthony's after they were down 1-0. That one is booted upfield by Madeline Holliday, wearing number 19 in the back. Holliday checking in. Goes off Pesso's foot. She does a good job recovering. The ball kind of got lost in the air. She spun around, but St. Anthony's couldn't find it either. So no harm, no foul, and a good job on the recovery. St. Anthony's throw. The header and now cleared back up the field, but there's Holliday. So up on the clock, folks, 12 minutes and 45 seconds. We're tied up at 1 in the finals for the Catholic League Girls Soccer Finale. Looking to crown a champion at the conclusion of this one. The boys supposed to be starting at 7 o'clock. I'm going to guess that's going to be pushed back significantly. So if y'all watching this one and interested in the next one, don't think that we're not putting it on for you here at T&D. And how about this footwork? Take a look at Pesso getting on the offensive side. She said, if I'm not going to get all my passes through, I'll do it myself. Driving up the field, doing some really nice footwork. She's going to have to check back. She is covered. But after a run like that, and here comes St. Anthony's. A lot of space and a beautiful touch. D'Souza. She scores a goal. D'Souza. It was inevitable, folks. D'Souza got open multiple times. There's a pylon up there. They got to get up and get ready. They're excited. But, ladies, we still got 11:34 remaining. But, my goodness, it was not hard to predict that Sousa would be in that goal-scoring some way, shape, or form. And she gives St. Anthony's a lead, 2 unanswered goals. Emily D'Souza. And again, something that you want to see out of your goal scorers, and she is a bull. She followed up on the ball. Continued to press through, kept her eye on the ball the entire time, and then just got that touch, squeezed it under Henley. And now it's 2-1 Friars with 11:17 remaining. Clock is stopped. Once again, folks, we want to thank you for joining us on the T&D Sports Network, bringing you all this great action today.
For St. Anthony's, number 28, Sydney Tanner.
And now here comes another possible breakaway. Pesso goes down. Here's a shot up and over the net, and what a shot it was. That was Sydney Tanner, the junior, 4 goals and assists. And the first time we call her name, she's got a rocket directed at the net. And now Kellenberg coming down with a head full of steam, trying to get something going. They have come from behind before. This is not unfamiliar territory. The ball bouncing around from Mia Claro. It was a Durnan header off of a corner kick that got the scoring set. Firebirds led by 1. And then it was a Lindsay Moy free kick golazo that tied it at 1. And then just a bull in a china shop to Sousa going through there. She followed through, and now we're up 2-1. So you got goals every which way. 2 free kicks and then 1 earned on the pitch while the clock was ticking. And the clock continues to tick. 9:30. That one shanked off the outside of the foot. Pushed to the outside, trying to get some space, but a good physical battle. And oh boy, how about that one? That's a hard tackle there by Cassidy Durnan. Referees say they got all ball against Braylon Nelson there. Nelson, though, took a hard spill. So nothing called on that one as Nelson get attended to down there. 8 minutes, 59 seconds on the clock.
Subbing in for Kellenberg, number 22, Sydney Durant.
And unfortunately, looks like Nelson's going to be limping off the field. She'll get checked out. Might have been an ankle. I can't really tell what happened there. They were working on her. And coming in, Ava Sloma. How about this battle here? And down comes Tanner. Tanner met by Henley. What a stop. Tanner, just a little bit of a heavy touch. But if this thing broke up 3-1, boy, that would change the complexion of the game. Now, often my partner up in the booth, Brian Donahue, says to me, like, it might be obvious, but the next goal changes the entire game, right? If this thing gets tied up, all of a sudden the favorite is in blue. But if St. Anthony's can bang one in, the tilt may be too much. Good slide there, gets the ball out, but... Oh, and it's going to be, correction, it went off of the Kellenberg player, and it's going to go on the ground. All right, it's going to be a free kick. I believe it's Holiday. She's in the shadows for me. Big boot. Both go up for a head, but won by St. Anthony's. Oh, boy, looking the wrong way, trying to see if she was offside, was Sydney Tanner. And she probably wasn't wrong, but I don't think she was going to get called. And D'Souza tried following up on that one. Another substitution, and the clock stopped at 7:20. Throw in, pinning it down in the corner, and now making a run towards the net. This one chipped, and it's going to be a corner kick. As they say, it went off of the Kellenberg defender. So a big moment here for St. Anthony's and Kellenberg. If you look, there's one on the keeper for St. Anthony's, the rest up at the top of the 18. So you're going to see them making a run. We'll see if they go far or near post. Here's the corner. a little bit off frame. Henley takes a little drop there. I don't think there was any contact. If there was, it was minimal, but the post in the way, and that was Sydney Tanner getting dirty down there. Tanner really playing space, doing a job staying on side. That one intended for her. Peso says, nah, not on my watch. She gets the header, gets it up the field, and now we'll see if Kellenberg can move the ball. Another ball out. Every single time this ball goes off the field, clock continues to tick. So Kellenberg's going to be taking quick throw-ins, and oh boy, that one goes through. Good recognition there by the keeper, Addison McCarthy. But you'll see very deliberate throw-ins now by St. Anthony's, unless the officials start saying, move it, move it, move it. And on the other side for Kellenberg, they're going to have to keep things speedy. 5:30 remaining, folks. I will keep you in tune on the clock as often as I can. And that's going to be a goal kick. And again, in no rush, Addison McCarthy is going to set this one up. Plays it short, and Kellenberg there. Interesting choice, playing a choice as Olivia Gordon tried giving chase. It seemed more than inevitable that D'Souza was going to wind up factoring in a goal for the Friars. She is the one right now with the potential game winner. But on the other side of the field, Olivia Gordon causing a lot of chaos down there. They've done a good job, St. Anthony's has, at kind of slowing her down, making sure she's not finding space, the ball's not getting to her foot, and that's an important part of this process. Gordon with the ball on the foot, she's a lot to handle. But they've not made it easy for her at all. That ball's kicked out. This one sent down deep. Stays on the field. Somehow St. Anthony's came out of it. 3:54 left on the clock. And a stoppage. As another player goes down and gets attended to. A lot of cramping in this game. We've seen this throughout the entire playoffs. Dumped a couple of cases of bananas and more water. So, folks, again, we want to join everybody tuning in. If you're not local and couldn't make it out here tonight, and your only way to watch the game is through the T&D Sports Network, we want to thank you so much for being a part of this. Beautiful night here at Adelphi. Just to give you an idea of the setting, you got that pitch black sky right now and the leaves turning, the foliage. Long Island's as beautiful as it can be. Taking a long time with the stretch and now up and ready to go. So it is the most wonderful time of the year for me. Soccer season, playoffs, my favorite. World Series going on in the MLB. And who doesn't love the time between Halloween and Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving coming up. Family time. And when they put the turkey out for these tables, somebody's going to get served a champion meal. And right now it stands that the Friars are in line with 3.5 remaining in this game. But you know those Firebirds, they want to get fired up. It'll be a throw-in for St. Anthony's. And again, you're very deliberate, no rush. Let's check who wants to get the ball. Good. Now, what you want to see out of a St. Anthony's team, you don't mind some scoring opportunities. You could bring it. But what a championship team tries to do is get it to the flags, pin it, and make the opposition try to battle it out and hope the ball goes off them for something down low as far as the throw it. And if you lose it, you don't mind pinning a throw. And here's that quick throw, and I was saying for the Firebirds. Good throw there, and that connects with Durnin. Durnin, the goal scorer in this game for Kellenberg. Here's another throw. Good shield. No turn as the St. Anthony's defense just swarms. Pesso gets that one. Shanks it a little bit, sent it to the left. And there's that ball getting sent down deep towards the flag. It's going to roll out of bounds. And how about Henley running over there and going, hey, let's get this throw in quick. Came off her line. Now they're just waiting for the numbers to get down for the throw. 2 minutes exactly on the clock. Sent back down by St. Anthony's. Henley's going to handle it with her feet. Plays it back and picks it up. That ball now pushed out of bounds. And again, kicked out of bounds. So we might see a lot of this, just trying to slow down play, slow down the clock. It would almost benefit them to settle it, keep it on the field, and just send it all the way down. You don't want to put a throw in a tough spot. But we are down to 1:15. That one sent deep. And that's going to be a goal kick, and that's going to take some time off the clock. We'll see if the officials start rushing him. He's walking towards him. And the goal kick is being set up. 55 seconds on the clock. .45. Good touch there. If they could send it down the field, it may be enough. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a St. Anthony's throw, and again, no rush. 30 seconds on the clock. Here's the throw down the line. If it goes back out of bounds, nope, they get the touch. Pesso gets upended. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, she pops right back up, a warrior. And good news for Kellenberg. Pesso took one for the team, stopped the clock with 18.9 seconds. Clock starts. That ball put into space. Pesso gives chase. 10 seconds. That ball's going to roll out of bounds, and that's all she wrote, folks. And your champions of the Girls Catholic League, the St. Anthony Friars. And there they are rushing the field. Your hero of the game, Emily D'Souza. The game-winning goal. It was a matter of time. What a game, and there they are. So, folks, we'll end this by first telling the Kellenberg Firebirds they had a tremendous season, a lot of youth on this team. Excited to see where their future goes with Coach Suzanne Sluka. But for Coach Scott Carey, he's going to be raising the hardware. And guess what, Coach? The legacy continues. And Emily D'Souza, your hero today. The senior going out a champion. Congratulations, Captain, and to the rest of the Friars. There's going to be an awards ceremony on the field. I'm going to tune out and leave it with the camera. So for the great cameraman and producer, Evan, a fantastic job out there. We appreciate you. He's braving the cold while I'm warm up here behind him. My name is Robert Anderson. This is the T&D Sports Network. Stick around. We're going to be on a little delay, but the boys are on deck to crown another champion in this Catholic League. Have a great night, folks.
Okay, sounds good.
What's your last name?
The cameraman works too.
Cameraman. I said cameraman, producer, after.
There you go.
We need both teams to line up for the award ceremony. I would like to welcome out onto the field the chair of the girls soccer division, the athletic director at Sacred Heart, Jennifer Strauss. Also on the field, the president of the Catholic League for the boys, Mr. Ralph Gordon. We would like to start the award ceremony. We would like to introduce the runner-up for tonight's game and also the 2025 regular season champion, the Kellenberg Firebirds. Introducing their athletic director, John Beckman. We'd like to invite the Kellenberg captains and coaches onto the field. They are your regular season champs in 2025 and your runners-up this evening. I'd now like to welcome onto the field the athletic director from St. Anthony's, Joe Minucci. We are going to introduce all the St. Anthony's players individually. So when I call your name, please receive your plaque from Mr. Minucci. Number 40, Sophia Batista. Number 20, Isabella Behar. Number 3, Angelina Charnavone. Number 29, Olivia D'Amato. Number 33, Victoria Dawson. Number 1, Lulu DeRosa. Number 13, she also scored the game-winning goal, Emily D'Souza. Number 4, Taylor DeSantos. Number 31, Alexandra Gervasio. Number 21, Gabriela Guidici. Number 6, Katie Gonzalez. Number 0, Gabriela Gonzalez. Number 8, Jasmine Gonzalez. Number 19, Madeline Holiday. Number 26, Madison Lebosco. Number 9, Charlotte Marino. Number 15, Samantha Marino. Number 99, Addison McCarthy. Number 18, Lindsay Moy. Number 14, Braylon Nelson. Number 12, Brooke Palmer. Number 2, Tatiana Pinto. Number 37, Summer Reed. Number 23, Samantha Riddick. Number 7, Caroline Roche. Number 5, Sage Roman. Number 17, Olivia Shaw. Number 16, Ava Sloma. Number 32, Kira Steck. Number 38, Jenna Asai. Number 28, Sydney Tanner. And number 25, Dylan Voorhees. And now I'd like to invite the coaching staff and the captains up to receive your championship plaque for 2025, the St. Anthony's Flyers. We also have the league awards to give out. We also have the league awards to give out. First up this evening, the 2025 Defensive Player of the Year from the St. Dominic's Bayhawks, Lily Arroyo. The Offensive Player of the Year from the Kellenberg Firebirds, Nina Claro. The Player of the Year from St. Anthony's, Olivia Shaw. And the MVP of tonight's championship game from St. Anthony's, number 18, Lindsay Murray. Congratulations to everyone on a terrific season. The boys will be coming up shortly. Makes us harder, better, faster, stronger. That don't kill me. Can only make